It is 8 o'clock. You're listening to WIFO FM Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show for this 22nd day of August, and it's brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South First Street right here in Jesup.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
Butch and Bob Show. World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Doing good. Do want to announce, I left this off my newscast, but they did tell us that we've got our first contested race in the city of Jesup in District 5. Katrina Dumas also qualified just today to run for council seat in District 5. So
and that's
just in the city of Jesup. So that's Mike Deal.
Okay, so Mike Deal and Katrina Dumas.
Yeah,
okay.
So I'm sorry. They told me that. I don't know why. It was a long day yesterday in court. So I thought, but we do have a contested race in District 5. As Katrina Dumas did qualify yesterday as well.
Okay, so District 5. Well, right this morning we're talking about District 1, aren't we?
Yeah, we got District 1. We got candidate Perry Morgan. He was here, I'm not sure when he came.
Several weeks
ago, but I congratulated him before we started the show. He has the most listened to Butch and Bob show in the history of the show, which is going on for close to 30 years. So knocked Jackie Johnson off. First it was Shag Wright for many years, and it was Jackie Johnson. And now Perry Morgan has the most listened to world famous Butch and Bob show. So congratulations.
Thank you, Bob.
When you came here last time, you announced that you were going to be a candidate, but you also came talking about your early leaving the department. A lot of people are still upset about that. But how's it been since you left? And I know you've been busy. I think you work in security at the hospital. So what have you been doing since resigning from the police department?
Well, mostly what I have been doing is working 2 or 3 days a week at the hospital, and as of September, be taking over the director of security at Wayne Memorial Hospital. Was given the job by Joe Arati.
So you got a full-time position. So you're going to be the head of security at the hospital.
Yes.
And when does that begin again, Perry?
That will begin in September.
In September.
Yes.
So Perry Morgan will be the director of security at the hospital full-time in September.
Yes.
That is, it's amazing. You would think, well, why do you need so much security? But, everybody needs security these days.
But you know the thing about it, we see a lot of stuff that goes in and out of the hospital, different people, different problems, but we try to maintain and keep people under control as much as possible. If we can't, we call units that's working on the road to give us a hand sometimes.
Okay. All right.
You're running for this city council seat, District 1. Again, qualifying runs at the end of the week, so you don't know if you're running unopposed or not. But tell us about your campaign. How's it going to go? Are you going door to door? Are you going to be on the phone? I mean, it's awful hot to be going door to door this time of year. So.
Yes, it's a little hot right now to go door to door, but I'm going to get out and go around to get a map of my district and go around and meet people in my district. I'm not going to make any promise in my district make any promise to people, because when you make promise, I think that's when you mess up when you're running for a candidate or any type of job. You just go out and you go on for what you know. I have been doing the chief's job, and I have been dealing with big budgets, almost $4 million with the city of Jesup, just the police department. And I know we have the whole city budget that we got to manage for the city of Jesup, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Again, incumbent Shirley Armstrong expected not to run. You talked to her, right? She's definitely not running.
Yes, I talked to Commissioner Armstrong, and she told me she was not running, and she told me that she would give me her full support, that I'm running for District 1, and anything that I need, she will be a helping hand.
How big is that district? What's it entail?
Really, I was trying to get a map of District 1 yesterday, but I was not able to get a copy. But I plan on today or either tomorrow getting a copy of District 1.
So if you get it on the city council, what are some of the things you'd like to see done?
Well, I like to see, first of all, I like to see everybody working together and pulling together for the city of Jesup. That's the main thing, and as chief, I sit out there and I watch things, but at the same time, we have to work for the people. We're there for the people, and we're elected by the people, so we should conduct ourselves accordingly.
And they just named Chris Hamilton the new police chief. He was sworn in yesterday. I saw you at the swearing-in ceremony, so I'm sure you endorsed that announcement, and you know him well. How do you think he'll do as a police chief?
Well, Chris is young, and he's got to go in and he's got to get his feet wet. But at the same time, that's a job where it keep your full attention. And you in charge of 30 to 32 people in that department. And you're going to have to work close with the people and work close with your command staff. And I think that Chris will do a good job with the help of the command staff. And I think the command staff will pull together and make sure that he succeeds.
He says the relationship between him and the sheriff's department will continue. I just want to go, talk a little bit about that. You and the sheriff had a real good relationship. It's just that Wayne County Narcotics team has made a dent, making a lot of arrests. Tell us a little bit about that and success and the work relationship you had with the sheriff, and how those two units have to work together in order to crack down on these drugs in Wayne County.
Yes, what we do, we have one narcotic agent working with two of the narcotic agents with the Wayne County Sheriff Department, and we also have units that work patrol, get out and look for drugs also, work traffic. But when the sheriffs come together and this team was formed, it was already in place, but what we did, we made sure that the people that was in this unit was able to work together, and there was no bickering back and two. And if we had any bickering back and two, we want to move the people that was causing the problem. But overall, it came out pretty well. We got boots on the ground, and the narcotics team, the Jesup and Wayne County narcotics team, has done a wonderful job. Has got out and did some wonderful things for Wayne County.
And you just joined us, Perry Morgan, in the studio. He's a candidate for District 1. City Commissioners qualifying taking place all this week. One interesting case that the narcotics team's been using, the drop off at the prison, people trying to throw things. Have you ever explained that? What's going on there?
Well, people now, they watch TV and they buying drones, and they're dropping packages off out there at the prison, and it's crazy that people are locked up, and people at the prison, if they get a phone inside, that phone about $25,000 inside that prison, they're making money off those phones and making money off tobacco products. But at the same time, they're putting the officers' lives in danger that's working at the prison.
Did you work closely with the game warden there when you were police chief and on the police department for the city of Jesup?
Yes, I worked with way back Bunny Grantham, Mr. Campbell. I worked with Mr. Campbell and other game and fish officers that work with the Bobby. That's still there now. Bobby White. That's still there now.
Still there at the federal prison? It's just interesting.
No, he's with the game and fish.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about the federal prison.
I work with the federal prison. We work with the federal prison hand in hand. We have a...
when I said game warden, I meant warden.
Okay.
I see how you understood. Now, I said game warden. I mean the warden.
Okay.
Did you work closely with the warden at the federal prison? How closely is that working relationship between the federal prison here in Wayne County and the city of Jesup in Wayne County?
Oh, we work close and hand in hand with the warden. If they have a problem out there, they have a surveillance team out there that work hand in hand with our units, with the Jesup Police Department and Wayne County Sheriff Department, and we have been making a dent as far as people dropping off package, and we just hope and pray that they can get prosecuted.
Yeah, because they have to go through the city limits of Jesup to get to there to do that. And you hear this with prisons all over the country where people are dropping stuff off or, friends, relatives. And then, as you just mentioned, sometimes people get dropped off to them so they can turn around and sell them inside the prison. It's just amazing that you can find all this contraband in a very close, tight, environment inside of a prison. But it seems to happen to all of them.
Yes. Prison now, they get more stuff on the inside now than we have seen in a long time. It's like local jails. The more you search, the more that they find ways to get it. They just sit back there all day.
You ever get amazed at how creative people can be getting things in?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just, you see a lot of this on the TV and movies and stuff like that, but it's real life out there. It's happening. I mean, you've got people dropping stuff off inside prisons all the time, and it's interesting. We just had this big case here in Jesup at the federal prison with people trying to get things inside the federal prison, and some of these folks, Bob, they were from way out of town, weren't they?
Yeah, some as far as North Carolina. Yeah, and 4 arrests have been made, and they say more arrests are coming, so they're still investigating that, but they haven't released any names yet because I think they're still working it. But it was just crazy. I think it was just 2 different nights. There was all kinds of activities out there, and people want to know what's going on. And then they finally got the press release that was what was going on. They were chasing people through the woods, and they had the canine dogs. One dog was able to track down one of the offenders. So it's a crazy story. But last time you were here, you had a lot of things to say about the city manager. So, from what I understand, she's under investigation by the city, but haven't seen anything updated on that. But if you get in there, how's that working relationship going to work?
Well, Bob, what it is, I got 5 other commissioners that's going to be sitting on the panel, and it's going to be up to the commissioners what they want to do. I'm just one body, and I'm going in with an open mind, and going to keep my mind open, and whatever the city of Jesup decide to do, then we'll move forward on that if I'm elected.
Well, I still like that quote you said. She's not a city manager, or I'm sorry, she's not a police chief, and I'm not a city manager. But she was trying to tell you how to run your department, and try to get you to fire an officer that's still there. So I know you're still not happy about that.
Yeah, the thing about it, we have to pray about it, and we have to put that on the back burner, and we got to move forward and try to work together as good as we can. I know sometimes we get hot-headed sometimes, and we say things that we shouldn't say, but at the same time, I look back at it, I prayed about it, and I move forward, and you have to forgive and forget.
Will you be able to work with her?
Would I be able to work with the city manager? Yes, I believe I'll be able to work with the city manager. Yesterday I was up there for the chief ceremony. I went over and shook her hand and say good morning. It's about business, Bob. Getting the job done, and that's what I'm going in for. It's about business.
You're running for District 1's council seat. What are some of the needs in District 1? Shirley Armstrong's always talking about things in her neighborhood, things to be done. So what are some of the needs in District 1? You're in that district. You know that area well. As a council member, what would you like to see done for that district?
I was born and raised on the Hill and over in the Hill area, and that's part of District 1. There's plenty of stuff that need to be done over there. We got dilapidated houses that's still, and we still got dilapidated houses in other areas in District 1. But we need to try to get the district cleaned up. It's either they're going to buy the houses or they're going to get the houses towed down. But we need to get that area cleaned up where it look presentable. And the Hill is a great area to live. I lived there for years, and if I had to go back and live on the Hill, I'll go back and live on the Hill. You never get above your raising. You always remember where you come from.
And just joining us again, Perry Morgan in the studio, former Jesup Police Chief, announcing his candidacy for District 1. You mentioned budgets. The city has a budget, so I'm sure you're familiar with the budget. Tim Caulfield talks about it all the time. They're spending way too much money, things like that. So how do you see the overall city budget? Right now, the city says they're in pretty good financial shape, but budgets are important. You worked with the police department budget for a long time. Where's the police department stand as far as vehicles and things like that? Are they up to date with body armor and things like that? I know they're talking about equipment all the time, but how do you see the overall city budget and the police department's budget?
Well, get to the police department budget. We always kept the budget within budget. We try to not to go over. I remember last year I went over in my splosh, and we had to move money around to get money changed around for my budget. But we had enough money in the regular general fund to move that money around. But the police department, and things are getting so more technology right now. We're gonna have to spend money on law enforcement in order to keep up. I know law enforcement is not the only department in the city of Jesup, but at the same time, we got to spend money to keep up with the technology, because we need body cams, and right now, when I was there, we had old body cams, and I put in the budget for new body cams. So right now, they're trying to get new body cams for every officer up there, and they're up to date and good technology in those body cams that we'll be getting.
What about salaries compared to other counties? Because you hear it all the time. People get a job to just the police department, and next thing you know, they're going to the sheriff's department, or they're going to a different county because there's more money to be made at different departments. So how do you see the pay structure for the city of Jesup compared to other communities around us?
I think we're one of the lowest paying department around, and I think that we should get at least compatible to the counties around us to try to keep our officers. We're paying officers to stay 2 to 3 years, and then they're moving on to other departments. And we're just a training department, and we don't want to be a training department. We want to be people that want careers with Jesup Police Department and the city of Jesup.
Is that something you'll address when you become a council member?
Yes.
Because I know the county is talking about that. Like I said, they went through their budget recently. They're doing budget discussions where they're looking for fluff, and they're trying to take that fluff money to give to employees that they think are, not on the same pay level as other counties as well. So, Wayne County's, they see it as a problem, both the city and the county. So hopefully that'll be addressed in the near future, where we don't lose these people. Like I said, you don't want to be a training ground. You just, you want to be able to retain good employees. So hopefully that's what they're strive to do, both in the city and the county.
Yes, and you look at just the city pay all around the city of Jesup. It's not up to standards. Other departments need raises, they need people, and they need qualified people. These people take, like water department and the sewer plant out there, they take tests, and people can't pass those tests. and we're paying those people taking these tests. They need to be paid for what they're worth. You know, they have been there for years, and we need to take care of our employees.
Now, as police chief, and I always often wonder this, you know, if you're sheriff or police chief or whatever the case may be, you got a young person walking into your department thing and saying, "I'd like to join the force." What kind of reasons do they give? What do you look for? How is it chosen? Which ones get selected to go through the training to become just a police officer?
Well, what I did when I was chief of police, I looked at work history of young people that's moving from department to department, or the work history that they had, and the reason why they left their job. Because a lot of times, the reason I left for higher pay. And I sat down and I asked them, I say, how much did this job pay you than the other job? They paid me $1. So you have to look at those things. People that's a high risk, you don't want to put your money in them because they're not going to be with you that long. They're going to train for 3 years and sign that contract, and after that contract, they moving on.
Okay. And what kind of qualifications did you look for? You say, this person I can, because, being a police officer is not a regular job. I mean, there's a lot of things that an officer has to deal with. What kind of qualifications did you look for? What kind of personality traits, characteristics did you look for in a person?
First of all, I'm looking for communication skills. I'm looking for integrity, and I'm looking for somebody that got courage. If you got to have integrity, because when you're not around us, I want you to do the right thing at all times. I don't want to hear about you later on where you out smoking dope or you out drinking and driving and acting crazy because you're the police. We got to have some character and integrity about ourselves. And wearing that badge, you got to have dignity. People look at you in that uniform like you're Superman, and they looking at you to protect them. And if you got somebody that's not going to do that, then we don't need you.
Okay.
Got to ask you a favor. If you get elected, can you do something about the city charter where they get rid of that 3-2 vote, where a 3-2 vote doesn't matter? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. The mayor can cast a deciding vote for 4-3, and that's a majority, but a 3-2 among 5 council members isn't a majority. It makes no sense to me. So can you do me a favor? If you get elected, can you ask them to address that?
Well, if I'm elected, I will sit down with the other members on the board, and we can sit down and address that.
Did you ever find out, Bob, why that happened? Still, no one knows. I mean, it hasn't been that long. There's got to be somebody who knows why that was done.
I haven't been given a reason why they changed it.
I mean,
I just know they changed it, but it makes no sense to me.
It wasn't that long ago they changed it to that where you had to have 4 votes instead of 3 to be a majority. So there's got to be somebody that was serving on the board.
I asked the attorney, but he said he'd get with the council, see if he could give me a reason. But so far,
it's public information.
I'm just
it was voted on in a public meeting.
Nobody will talk to me.
It was voted on in a public meeting.
Nobody will give me the answer.
Open Records Act.
Believe me, if I've asked, I'm blue in the face. I just know it's insane that a 4-3 vote's a majority with the mayor casting the signing vote, but a 3-2 vote's not a majority with the council vote. It makes absolutely no sense. It's just stupid. So I just want somebody on that council to say, Mr. Connor, can we change the charter? How hard is it? Let's change it. Let's change it back where it makes sense, because it makes no sense. So I'm just asking you, if you get on there, please look at Mr. Connor and say, we need to change this charter back to where it's reality, where it makes common sense.
Apparently you don't remember the meeting where they changed that about 10 years ago, do you?
I don't remember. I don't understand.
You were there.
I'm sure I was, but it's absurd. It drives me. I'm back there. I don't have much hair, but I'm pulling my hair out. Like, what are we doing? 3-2 vote.
Please save Bob's hair.
3-2 vote. And we can't get nothing done. I mean, it just makes no sense.
Well, maybe when we get 6 full members on there, maybe
Well, yeah, because the mayor can just cast the deciding vote. It's
6 full members on there.
4-3. That's what I'm saying. 4-3 with the mayor deciding to cast a vote is a majority, but a 3-2 with 5 council members, it makes no sense. It's absurd. And I can't understand why nobody yet has said, Mr. Connor, can we change this charter? This is stupid. So I'm just asking, if you get elected, please say, Mr. Connor, let's change the charter back to where it makes sense. It makes no sense.
Well, usually in the past, if it's been a 3-2 vote, it's been because a member hadn't shown up.
3-2 votes everywhere else is a majority.
Yes.
But
every other meeting's a 3-2. I mean, 3-2 if 4-3 is a majority, 3-2 is a majority. And, how can it not be? I mean, it's absurd.
And going in there, Bob, it's going to be a lot to learn. I'm just looking forward to the learning experience.
How does it feel to be a politician out there campaigning now? You've never done that before. Is that what's that feeling like?
Well, I always joke with people when I walk in the room. I say I'm running for office, and that's always been my saying. Hey, I'm Perry Morgan. I'm running for office, and I won't never tell them what office I'm running for. But now
you really are running.
I'm running, and I walked in the meeting yesterday when they was doing the swearing in of Chris, and guys were sitting on the back row. I said, I'm Perry Morgan. I'm running for District 1.
Well, if I was in District 1, I'd endorse you because, like I said, I joke all the time. I've known you a long time. I call you Cousin Perry because we've got the same last name. But, again, I know what kind of police chief you were. Again, you brought a lot to the city of Jesup. You've been an officer. I've told everybody one thing about Perry Morgan, he's always straight up. I mean, every time you do a favor, though, you've helped me several times in years I've come to you as a police officer asking for some help. So I just, commend you on your police career. I think Jesup lost a great police chief. I wish Chris Hamilton the best of luck, but I know there's a lot of people still upset that you left early. I know you were getting ready to retire anyway, but just hats off to, like I said, it was a great law enforcement career. You should be proud.
Yes, I am proud, and I just thank God to have a wife to stand behind me for my career. Come September we'll be married 10 years, and she's been in my career for 10 years, and it's been plenty of nights where she's been woke up and upset because that phone rang. But I just thank God that she stood by me and supported me throughout this journey, and the people of Wayne County that supported me during my times, and when I resigned and retired. And I just thank the people of Wayne County, and looking forward to getting out there, meeting people in District 1, and running a good, clean race.
You got a lot of friends out there. A lot of your classmates talk about you. They speak highly of you. So you should be proud. And I appreciate you coming in, like I said, and congrats again on being the #1 show in the world. I mean, this show, 30 years, Butch? 30-plus years?
About 25. Officially Butch and Bob show. We did a little bit before that, but let's just say about officially 25.
But you are #1 as far as listenership, tuning in to that show that we, and we had the mayor on here not long ago, and I asked him, did Perry Morgan say anything that wasn't true? And he said, no, everything he said was true. I hadn't had anybody say anything he said wasn't true. If you had anybody say anything.
Well, Bob, I didn't come on here the first time to put nobody down. I just come tell the truth, and that was it. And it's all about the truth and get the truth out to the people. And like I say, that's what I'm looking forward to, is working with the people and keep putting out the truth.
Well, we appreciate you coming and telling the truth. Like I said, that's what this show's about, to get the information out there. But there's a lot of rumors out there, what took place, what didn't take place. But I thought you laid it out pretty clearly. And I appreciate you coming in, and again, wish you the best of luck in this campaign, and look forward to working with you as a commissioner.
Well, thank you, Bob, and I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
All right, take care, Perry.
Thank you, sir.
All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup has been brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.